Good morning, grasshoppers. Practice hard, train harder. An instant sign that I'm immediately out of whack here. As I haven't had a chance to think about anything. My opponent has disappeared. Take a quick look at this arena. I'm not this arena. Event. Let's put the event in the window. So perhaps the main difference between a Swiss and an arena for the lower rated players is that the lower rated players get to play only the other lower rated players over and over again in an arena, because it's paired by rating within score groups. And a Swiss system is paired top to bottom so that you get experience against good players in the form of a lesson, which is what I've always preferred, and it's how I became strong. But if you want to keep your rating lower, perhaps there is no substitute for arenas or beating your peers, however you want to look at it. Weak square. How weak is it? Not weak enough, I guess. The knight to g5 is not an option. I haven't decided how I want to tackle this one yet. Can I force the trade of queens? I'm up a piece after all. He did not move his queen 2 squares. I believe queen to d1 is forced. Oh, maybe it's not. Small miscalculation on the attackers and defenders on that square. Gain of time on that square as well. I don't need to take more material right away. What I need to do is get all of my pieces active, because then all of my pieces will have value. If I continue to move the same piece over and over again, then that same piece is no longer going to have the same value. now I must take, as much as I would rather bring more pieces into the game. The moment I get my rooks into the game is a good time to hang up your spurs. So our goal is to get all of our pieces active so they'll get maximum value. Control the center of the board, which is the area of the board in which they usually have maximum value. Get our king out of the center or safe, depending on the opening, which side of the board you castle on, or if you castle right away or at all. There are a few openings where you don't need to castle right away. You do have to think about not castling. Castling, as illustrated here in this particular game, is the act of getting your king out of the center, and it is the only time in a chess game that you're allowed to move the same piece, two pieces at the same time. This is Nico versus Aim Gopim. You can see that both sides have gotten their kings out of the center by moving their kings 2 squares toward the rook, and the other rook tucks him in. If we were to do this on the queen side, the king only moves 2 squares as well to c8, and the rook will come across to d8 or to d1, depending on which color you are. Tiger Heart persons. I never got the chance to play A6 yesterday. Refunding Pegasus. If you wish to join the event, the link is right there. Only one half-point buy is allowed in the Swiss for being late. They split the difference with you if you're much later than that. All right, Knight C3, brand new book by somebody. But I've been playing Knight C3 for some time. I should have looked at my opponent's rating before I chose to do this. However, my opponent is going to play an opening like this regardless. I imagine. Could have been a Sicilian player. Maybe he wasn't in the mood for a closed Sicilian. Might have talked him out of it. So tough. Well, isn't that fascinating? Hold on to what we've got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We've got each other. And that's a lot for us. We'll give it a shot. Big difference when you're not castled, by the way. Very big difference when you're not castled. Bat General 17, welcome to the dojo. We have been seeing a lot of new names lately. I'm very happy and thankful to see you in the mix. Well, that's interesting. I really don't know what I was expecting on that one. So the rook has to capture.
Thank you so much for watching. If you click on that bell, you will be notified right away when I upload a new video. Also, I'm very happy to announce that I finally have my official Patreon page. So this is the only correct name for that page. If you want to see some exclusive videos, behind the scenes, how I work on songs, career updates, some backstage footage, song requests, my MP3s for download. Even if you subscribe with just $1, that's gonna make a huge difference for me. See you here or see you there. Bye.
Very torn. Very torn on this move. This was a lot of value for a pawn sacrifice. You see Black's king in the center. I've accomplished everything I set out as goals in the previous. The G6 pawn is very weak. Now we can demonstrate a relatively fake sacrifice. As we are about to get our pieces back. The pressure on G6, H6. We don't have much of a choice in this case. And now the moment of truth. Can I cycle my knight? Can I cycle my knight to the E5 square? Don't do me any favors now. That was very kind of you. That was very, very kind of you. As my knight did want an outpost to reach into this position. Do I want to play that or do I want to play that? Let's just keep activating all of our stuff. Can I afford? Can I afford? He is getting his stuff out, that much is true. I'm not completely happy about the way this is going. Yeah, that will tax my playing ability. It's a good player. He outlasted my attack. It's too bad. We will look at this again later. We will have another chance at him. Just Vide World. Great to have you, sir. Bat General from Puerto Rico, yeah? Not sure that we've ever danced before. Only one game between us. Oh, sorry, from the Philippines. That General. Matthew Gunnerm Hotel. I'm back. All right. We do have time to look at the game. Let's do that before we lose our chance. Bishop E3 was best. In this position, fine. Doesn't want me to sacrifice my pawn. I enjoyed every minute of it, though. Yes, queen to b6 was pretty obvious. Again, queen to b6. The bishop on e3 is not protected. Pardon me. Good morning, Durian Defense. Walking Death, 1984. I realize that I'm playing chess in a vacuum. It's the Duda's birthday, yes. Good morning. Never forget material is material indeed. I like to be... Let's give Durian Defense a shout out before he gets away. How are you, sir? The Malaysian amazing streamer, Durian Defense. So I have a really large advantage here. But who's going to find knight to d1? Where am I going with knight to d1? By itself, that move does nothing for me.
Also, I'm very happy to announce that I finally have my Patreon page. So this is the only correct name. I'm gonna also leave the link down below. So if you subscribe there.
So definitely a pleasant advantage all the way up to king of 7. And I should just batten down the hatches with c3. Because my positional superiority is obvious. I'm still doing okay down a pawn, but there's an obvious move. Get back to the arena, as I'm sure that we're playing a game. Nico, good morning, sir. Following Anish Giri's example here. Anish Giri's example primarily is we're already better in a matter of time. So why not play good, solid, developing moves? Get our outpost squares. Bishop on a5 is a real eyesore. We might as well at least try to use him. Time I was following. Now there's only... I lost track of the words there. I didn't know which verse we were on. Not cool. Yo, Rogan Joe Sloan. Good morning, sir. Why is white so cramped? It's the nature of the opening. Uh-oh. Discovery on the unexpectedly undefended bishop. The seesaw tactic. As I always thought it. Or the teeter-totter tactic. What goes up actually goes down. Good morning, David. Now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever. Just doing my best to limit my opponent's plans. What? Where are you headed? I'm trying to get my other piece back in the game, though. Not to c6. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Now there's only love in the dark. So is this a threat? Not sure that it is. Once upon a time there was light in my life. Now there's only love in the dark. I'm just trying to encourage more exchanges. Again, following the theme and principle of improving my pieces. The d4 is necessary, yeah. I don't understand it either. I will be absolutely honest. This time I'm forcing the exchange of knights. Okay, maybe I'm not exactly forcing the exchange of knights. But I am going to force matters a little bit. Sorry, Nico. Good morning. This is not how I treat my favorite friends from St. Petersburg. I agree. I was totally out of line. I do consider this a relative friendship community. Even if it's not like the being able to see you after work and on the weekends type friendship. But we do quite a bit of before work and on the weekends. When is your next tournament, David? I better treat my opponent with some respect. Even though knight c3 did turn out pretty well. Well, isn't that interesting? Seems to be something wrong with this picture. An early bishop e6. If he's going to offer me the early bishop e6, I'm going to take it. Now, how do I wish to continue this? I'm not going to continue it by taking his redundant knight, that's for sure. After all, taking that knight does not get rid of the knight. I'd be trading my bishop for the knight on d7. Wally05, good morning. Yeah, of course you should. The 50th World Open is coming up. I can imagine you in full beast mode. Now, you have to have something on the f6 square. I don't know what it's going to be, but you have to have something on the f6 square. I'm not letting you off the hook that easily. Yes, the 50th World Open is coming up. e4, knight e4, queen takes d4. Rook d1. Bishop to b4 check. It doesn't look as good. Maybe we can just tag one of those weaknesses. How about that? This does not look very good, honestly. So now what to do? This knight looks lovely. This king looks lovelier. I do want to play d4, e4, e5 whenever I get a chance. Let's just play for it. This looks like it's winning material. No? I believe it's just winning material. Return to the second verse, the same as the first. Now, how best take advantage of this?
Thank you so much for watching. If you click on that bell, you will be notified right away when I upload a new video. Also, I'm very happy to announce that I finally
Alyona Yoroshina.
So this is the only correct name for that page. If you want to
By the way, if you're looking for her. I heard her say. I'm allowing my opponent some leeway. Way too many weaknesses for him to not take. However, there's a small problem with that diagonal that he has not yet calculated or experienced before, but now that he's experienced it, I think he's got that one down pat. You might be. The 50th World Open. Please check out chessaction.com. It's also on the Master Chess Dojo calendar. All of the big money US events are in the Master Chess Dojo calendar, and you can find a very quick link to it in that calendar. July 4th weekend. If you're not going away, if you're not away around that time, it's definitely worth it to play an accelerated schedule if you'd like. For you, I would certainly be playing the 3-day schedule for the maximum amount of money versus expenses. I almost want half of your action, by the way. I do. Give me a chance to buy half of you, alright, David? You know how to find me, I think. No, I'm serious. It's a steep entry fee. I'll help you out with it. Far better you playing than me. I am not the strongest 2000/2100 rated player ever. I might be very okay for my rating, but I'm not a lock in that tournament. There are a lot of clauses, though, about provisional players and this, that, the other thing, possibly even not having played in a while. Possibly even using online ratings. That's a trick. I haven't read the clause about using online ratings yet. Or even if not every player has been linking their online rating. That was the wrong piece to recapture with, because you were attacking A3, Aditya. Alright, fair enough. If that was your plan, good on you. Was there a chance for a stalemate in that? So I would have definitely taken back with the pawn and pushed to e4 with the same exact idea as the one that you had. Right? I would have taken back with the pawn, just continued on, same exact plan. But you took with the rook, and now the king is cut off. And we missed mate in 1, but we found mate in X.
That is the only correct name for that page. I'm gonna also leave the link down.
Aliona, why?
My MP3s for download, early access to my videos.
It is very good. I'm gonna have to look up more on her, unless somebody else already has. So in any event, as much as I love classic songs, I'm going to test this stream to see if we violate any copyrights. My worst fear is that she's using the original music in the background, but I think she would have been pulled for copyright violations as well. We dance again, Mr. I'm Gopim. Hey, I am GOP IMS. What color was I in our last encounter? I won the first one, lost the second one. Oh, first one he didn't show up. That made it very difficult to win. I probably dropped him a message in the first one. Alright, we will play the Count gun. I am flexible. He didn't want to play the Verisov. The Verisov should be dead equal as well. Alright, did I have an idea against this? No, not really. Try an idea of Spassky's. Now, Spassky has two ideas in this position, actually. One of which may or may not already be working. I am after the G7 pawn, by the way. Which is why I have to go about it this way. At the very least, I usually get the bishop pair out of this deal. For example, no, baby, please don't go. This is the important thing about keeping the pawn on d4 defended, because in this middle of this line, there was a very unclear move involving now the trade of queens is somewhat forced, by the way. So do we go for the mass? I think I have to go for the mass. Possibly the rook on the 7th rank.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more covers and for originals that are coming a bit later. Also, I wanted to announce that I finally have my official...
Yeah, it looks like we're not getting anywhere today.
Some exclusive videos, behind the scenes, Q&A videos, some backstage footage, discuss different musical subjects in there. So please welcome. And even if you subscribe with just $1, that's gonna make a huge difference for me. And it's a big motivation for me to continue doing this. Thank you, and I'll see you on Patreon.
Even though the g4 pawn is not really being attacked. This is going to be very, very scary. Oh, it's the final countdown. All right. Am I not getting him here? Is that the problem? That's so rude. I can't believe I'm not getting him here. It's the final countdown. Really, I cannot believe that I am not checkmating him here. I feel like I am this close, right? Yes, yes. Oh, and I can't do that? Fine. Ah, bollocks. What a boring position.
Thank you so much for watching. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel for more covers and for originals that are coming a bit later. Also wanted to let you know that now I have my
I do like having a rook on that side of the board,
correct name for that page. So if you want to see some exclusive
rather than on this side of the board.
Q&A videos, we have song requests there. If you want my MP3s for download,
A Q&A video.
it will be a huge help for me. So see you there or see
I do not have a draw button, by the way. I am. Maybe I should have taken. Now then, 2 connected past pawns. I'm already in trouble, right? Since I don't know why. Oh, I just run out of time? I guess I just run out of time. Rook to h4, c6, king moves in. Rook to h4, bishop f3, c6. King moves over. Good job, I am... No, are we really in that bad a shape? Are we in that bad a shape, Rogan? Did I shout out Rogan yet? He is allowed to shout himself out, even though it sounds very, Our amazing subscriber emotes were done by none other than Zalakai. Our sub emotes, I should say, our sub badges. You've seen those badges floating around, such as the purple belt of Nicodemus. They are quite lovely. Oh no, Rogan is on a little bit of a hiatus. Let's check on the tournament while we're waiting for him. I know he's around here. He may be trying to get a stream going so that I can raid him, perhaps. He's not online. Maybe some technical difficulties. I'm extremely patient, though. Oh no, this is the 6th and last round. Is it possible that he didn't withdraw? And he thought he withdrew when he was having technical difficulties. Possibly. This does not help my tie breaks, I don't believe. I'm not sure if you get tie breaks from a forfeited a game, interestingly enough. You don't get any tie breaks in real life because the opponent doesn't count at all. That is one of those small, unfortunate things that are different from the real life game. And also, I wish I could have a choice in offering 2 buys in a very long tournament versus 1 buy. Getting 2 buys in like a 9-round tournament versus 1 buy in a 6-round tournament is perfectly logical and reasonable. We We are the champions, my friend. We keep on fighting to the end. That does not help our personal record of 94-10. Winning a little better than 9 out of 10. I just love those stats, right? Like should be better than me by at least 33%, if not more. So we'll find out. Bat General. Aditya and I have never played. Fascinating. Real Django. Good for you, sir. Welcome to the dojo. Wesley version 1 from Indonesia. I like it. Did we watch Wesley version 1? Welcome to the dojo. This is Clappers on versus Mommy. That Rook is in prison over there. He might have a chance to get himself out of prison. But we have to take care of the difficulties to the queen at the moment. Not entirely positive about this as that mate threat is real. I was thinking that d4 on the previous move was almost the only move. In this position, I thought d4 was the only move to shut down the threats to a7 and to keep the threats alive on rook e1. So after d4, knight to d4, f5 will allow knight f6, so we have to play. Well, we can't play that because of knight f6. A lot of counterplay there. Maybe queen to d5, pinning the knight to the king. Clappers on. Move, move, move. Just move your king, sir. Move your queen. Anywhere. I hope he wasn't watching and he was distracted by the stream. I wanted to see Wesley's last game. It must have ended when I was looking for it. He was playing Bat General, so no great expectations. Solid opening. I do like the idea of playing for d4 here. a6, a3, we're bobbing and weaving around the fact that we need to play d4, d5 right now. He does it. Devastation coming up. No! Who's this? Bat General? Fascinating. Is this for reals? Can you literally allow this? Wow. Bat General wasn't this nice to me. Dude. Might have even considered a4 in that position to get the rook up to a3. Can you imagine? Rogan? Are you ready to stream, Sir Rogan? The triple ladder mate. Nicely done, Wesley version 1. Everybody's got to start somewhere. So he gained no rating points for that because he is a brand new account, more than likely. He doesn't have any ratings yet. Good morning, Lauren JW. As Lauren already knows, for those of you that don't, the wind in my sails this particular week is not completely here, as it's a melancholy weather and in general week. But I've been operating on a very medium battery. I almost didn't make it this morning. Some craziness. Let's check out Rogan's game before I have to go. In theory, I should be gone by now, but Rogan, you were very kind to me by not issuing a word, but I mean, you have everything to gain, everything to gain and nothing to lose against me this week. I'm not operating at full capacity. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, I did post about my niece on Instagram. I didn't make it clear that she was my niece, though. Don't play chess after 12-hour shifts. I disagree, though. I disagree. I believe that you should train yourself to play good chess under all conditions. You cannot pick and choose the conditions in life in which you play chess. I remember Bustamante, after having lost his infant son, everyone expected him to forfeit the match for the World Championship in 9-ball, but he knew that the spectators were watching and that had paid their ticket price and were rooting him well, and he also wanted to win the World Championship in honor of his son, whom he had just learned did not make it. I think he was playing in Wales, in Cardiff, in the 9-ball World Championship. Well, for you it's Thursday. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to make it on Wednesday. I apologize, Lauren. I haven't done any changes to my calendar, so exactly. That's what I was going to do. In general, it's just too late of a night, and I'm not quite getting in the grandson time since I was away last weekend when I found out, and I've canceled my trip to Dallas this weekend. American Airlines is fighting me a little bit, but I think for funerals, you automatically get a pass, but I'm not sure. But I bought the trip insurance, right? You buy the trip insurance, and they don't want to refund you. But like I said, I remember Jennifer Beretta, who's one of the top women on the Women's Professional Billiards Association tour here in the United States. I'm sorry, the world. I apologize. The World Professional Women's. She basically told me when she came to play, when she was under that time of the month, she was like in such massive pain in the corner of the room. And she said, I must train under these circumstances, so I might as well play in a league match to test my abilities under these circumstances. And she is a true warrior, and that is why she's a professional. And she always has my respect, and she's amazing, and whatnot. And in general, I've been watching Better Call Saul. I finally got up, I think, to season 4, which ironically ends also tragically with the season 3 ends with a death, so I didn't really need that additional death in the life, you know? A death in the life. Not a good title. That's okay. It's only 3-2. But like I said, there you go. How old is she now? You don't have to say personal stuff like that, though, obviously. But fortunately, I feel like in our crowd, I'm crossing my fingers that we're in a good crowd all the time. That is a beautiful age. It really is. Almost 6. I took someone who had just turned 6 for her very first tournament, and in the girls' nationals, and it was just priceless. The father wanted to schedule something once a month. I don't know how I break it to him that I don't really do once a month, even though it might end up being once a month depending on scheduling. But I have to actually work on giving her all I can. Oh yeah, that's good. Karate is good. Karate, Aikido, Kung Fu, Jiu-Jitsu. I'm not a huge fan of Judo. I prefer all of the others to Judo. I just don't like the up-close and personal wrestling type of thing. Although Judo is good, I think, if you are... I think Judo is perhaps even better for your body type if you're shorter slash stockier slash are able to, you know, you're a little bit of a... let's just say if you're less lanky and tall like I am, Judo is for you. Wow. 0 join requests. It says there are 4 up there. In any event, while I'm running out of steam, and I haven't done my transit check, Grandmaster Gowrie is back. He was also at the tournament. I think I will share a... Let's see if he acknowledges our raid this time after I introduce myself to him. Last time I tried to raid him, we got nothing for acknowledgement, but we only have 4 people. I don't expect anything. Aikido, yes. Aikido is a very good, happy blend. And of course there's Krav Maga, Krav Maga, I guess. The only thing that turns me off about that is the last name of that. In any event, enjoy GM Gowrie, who is actually an FM. I'm going to make that joke quite often. But have a great day. Cheers, everybody.